Hi, this is Amy Engelmark from Amy Engelmark Coaching. Today I want to ask you the question, are you ready for change? We are working on physical health and making those physical goals a reality for you. So let's dive right in because we only have 10 minutes and we'll get a lot covered in that time. The first things I want to chat with you about are what typically hold women back that I've worked with in the past from having better physical health. So the top 3 things that can be hindrances are fear, and we'll talk a little bit more about fear because it's a big one. Fear can hold women back because we think, well, what if I don't have the support that I want and that I'll need in order to pursue my goals? Or what if I start pursuing my goals for myself and I fail? I'm not able to keep the momentum that I want and be consistent like I want. There's so many fears that you might be experiencing that might be holding you back. So we'll talk about a different way of dealing with those. Another hindrance that's common is priorities. How are you prioritizing your time? And what is that saying about your own value? It's pretty typical to put yourself at the bottom of the list and maybe even fall off of your own list because of the type of person you are, very caring, and you care for your family, you care for the people around you, and you want to be viewed in a positive way, right? So it could be that your priorities need to be looked at again and reevaluated so that you can move forward. The third hindrance that I find is the way women view themselves. Women can really focus on lies instead of the truth about themselves. And also your negative self-talk can really come into play and be something that really stands in your way. And sometimes women don't take the time to really evaluate the thoughts that are taking up space in your mind. So those are the top 3 things that I've found stand in people's way. And now I want to share with you the top 3 tips that I've offered women before that have been really helpful and have been some that have helped women make massive change towards having more balance for themselves and being able to take care of their physical health in the way that they want. So the first is to really get clear and identify what your goals are. Now, I don't mean identify your top 10 goals or even your top 5 physical goals. I mean identify your top goal. That's all we need for right now, all you want to work with. Because you don't want to put too much on your plate. I'm sure you already have enough on there. You want to be able to feel balanced and have peace of mind and not overwhelmed. So what is your top health goal? If you're taking notes right now, you want to write that down. And I would suggest you have a journal that you're keeping all of your personal growth notes in, because you want to be able to see your progress and look back. It's really helpful. So identify what stops you. What is standing in your way? This is number 1. What is it that is always holding you back? Are you finding that you get to a certain point in your goals and then you can't move any further? That's where you really want to examine what's going on. Is it fear, some sort of external circumstance that continues to happen, maybe something that you are continuing to say to yourself that's holding you back? So identify that so you can move forward. Tip number 2 is to face fear and face the obstacle that's standing in your way. Because if you don't, you won't be able to move forward. Somebody that I worked with once, a coach of mine, said that I needed to look at fear in a new light. So that's what I'm going to suggest for you today. Envision yourself standing in front of this bubble of fear, and it's massive, but the only way for you to get to the other side is to walk through it and embrace it and use it to fuel you and power you through the discomfort to the other side, to the realization of your goal. Linking arms with fear isn't as bad as it seems before you try it, and it becomes easier and easier. Tip number 3 is to start small. You want to be able to handle what you're putting on your plate. We've already mentioned this today. So start small. Don't overwhelm yourself with too much change right away. You can always enlarge your goals later, but keep it simple. So what's one small habit that you could tweak that wouldn't make too much of a change in your routine, but that would make you step outside of your comfort and your box just a little bit? So make you squirm just a little bit, but keep your goal simple. So again, here are my top tips to improve your physical health and move closer towards your goals. Number 1 is to identify what stops you. Get clear on that. And face fear. Face the obstacle. That's number 2. And number 3 is to start small and keep it simple. So my challenge for you for the week is to get clear on what it is that's holding you back. Realize when you're reacting instead of responding. And then choose to adopt a new perspective when you're in the moment and become more self-aware and conscious and respond instead of reacting. All right. I hope you're taking a lot away from that and that you've got some good notes for yourself, and we'll be in touch later in the week. Bye.